Good morning, students. Am I audible? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you for confirming, students. Students, my name is Ritu, and I am your Python trainer. I'm your Python trainer. Duration of this course is 40 days, and the course fee is mentioned. In case of any query, you can contact our support team. You can contact our support team. The numbers are mentioned below. You can always contact them. Students, I request you to join our WhatsApp group link. This is the group link which you need to join. Please join us on our social media also. Website is www.logiclabs.tech.com. Please join our Telegram group and Facebook. You can join us on our YouTube also, Instagram also. And if you want to know our course content for the Python, this is a link below given. And for registration, you need to click on this link. So you can copy this. Please share with your family and friends also. Please share with your family and friends also. Now let's get back. Let's get back. So these are the numbers given below where you can contact our support team. You can always mail them on support@logiclabstech.com. They're always there to help you out. Now let's proceed further. Each session will be of 1 hour Monday to Friday, and duration, as I've told you, 40 days. Session timings as per schedule time. That is 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time. So let's proceed with the Python. Any questions still here? Any questions till now? You can ask me in the chat box. Or you can raise hand also. I'm there to help you out. I'm giving my mail ID also to you guys. Please note it down. In case you want to contact me for any query, you can always contact me. I am giving you my mail ID. You can always contact me. Please note it down. Any questions till now? No questions. Let's proceed further. Students, first of all, we need to know what is Python. Python. Python is what? It is a general purpose, simple, platform independent, highly interpreted, and high level programming language. So, if we talk about general purpose means now it is very useful in all the fields. It is very simple. It is a very simple programming language, platform independent, highly interpreted, and high level programming language. Now, how it is platform independent, how it is highly interpreted, and how it is high level programming language, I'll tell you in the features. I'll tell you in the features. Let's go ahead. Now, what type of applications we can develop by using Python? To understand it in a better way, we need to know that what type of applications we can develop. Students, Python is something which is useful nowadays in every field. Like if we talk about schools, if we talk about if we talk about the education field, if we talk about the YouTube channels, if we talk about the business applications, audio and video based applications. So we are using everywhere, we are using the Python coding. By learning Python coding, we can develop many type of applications, such as website development. If we talk about the programming language, Java, C language, C++, Python programming language, these all are useful in website development. But right now, Python is the hottest language which we are using. Now, if we want to go ahead with the gaming applications, we need to know the knowledge of, we need to have the knowledge of Python coding. Like if we want to go ahead with artificial intelligence applications like machine learning, deep learning, etc. For that also, we need to have the knowledge of Python. So with the help of Python, we can develop lot many applications like website development of gaming applications, develop desktop GUI. We can go ahead with the image processing applications also, text processing based applications, business applications, audio and video based applications such as YouTube, web scraping, data visualization, numerical and complex mathematical operations we can solve with Python. Software development, CAD and CAM based applications, embedded applications, IoT based automation industry, data analysis, data analytics, computer vision, education programs. So everywhere we are using the Python nowadays. We are using the Python nowadays. Any questions still here? Any questions still here? Very good. Now let's proceed further if you don't have any questions. Now, let's start with the Python now. So we have learned that what type of applications we can develop by using the Python. Now we are going to start with the Python. Now, what is the history of Python? What are the versions of Python which MNCs are using? What is the downloading process of Python? Then Python programming is inspired from, and then we are going to talk about the features. We are going to start with the features. So let's start with the history of Python. Students, when we talk about the history of Python, as I've told you, it is a general purpose programming language, okay, which is helpful in development of real-time applications. When we talk about the history, it was conceived in the year 1980. It was conceived in the year 1980 and it was implemented in the year 1989. Implemented means it was brought into the action in 1989, but officially, if we talk about, it was released to the industry in the year 1991, February 20. So it was conceived in 1980, implemented in 1989, and officially released to the industry in 1991, February 20. Now, Python programming language was developed by Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum was the father of Python. It was developed at Centrum Wiskunde Informatica, that is CWI Institute in Netherlands. ABC programming language is the predecessor of Python programming language. Now, Python programming language is managed and maintained by, nowadays, who is taking care of Python programming language? It is managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization called Python Software Foundation, that is PSF. That is PSF. So nowadays, it is taken care by the non-commercial organization. Although it was developed in Netherlands at Centrum Wiskunde Informatica. Now, official website of Python Software Foundation is www.python.org. .python.org. So what we need to do is, let's talk about the downloading process of Python. Let's talk about the downloading process of Python. You just need to go to the official website of Python, that is www.python.org. Once you will open this, you will get the options about downloads, documentation, community, success stories, news, and events. Okay, so what you need to do is, you need to go ahead with the downloads. Go ahead with the download. Here, you will get the option download for Windows Python 3.12.0. You need to click on this. Once you click, it will start downloading. See, download the latest version for Windows, that is 3.12.0. Now, let's open this. Here, you will get install now, customize installation, cancel. You need to click on install now. Although it is already installed in my system, it will ask you, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? You need to click on yes. And then you'll be able to download. It. Is that clear to you guys? Any questions if you have, you can always ask me in the chat box, or you can always raise your hand. I'll unmute you so that you can ask me the questions. Now let's proceed further. Told you the downloading process of Python also. Now let's go ahead. Now, we were discussing about the history of Python. So it was conceived in year 1980, implemented in 1989, officially released on February 20, 1991. Developed by Guido van Rossum at CWI Data Center Wiskunde Informatica in Netherlands. Now non-commercial organization, that is PSF, Python Software Foundation, is taking care of. It is managed and maintained by non-commercial organization. Now official website is www.python.org, from where we can download it. Now let's go ahead and understand the versions of Python which MNCs are using. Students, when we talk about the versions of Python, we need to understand it has three versions. One is 1.x, 1.x, then 2.x, then 3.x, in which 1 is the major version, 2 is the major version, 3 is the major version. Now after point, like point x, point 0, point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the minor versions. So 1 is the major version, and after point, whatever versions we have, they are the minor versions. Now, if we talk about Python 1.x, it is outdated now. And Python programming does not support the backward compatibility. Python 2.x, where 2 is the major version and x represents the minor versions. Now 3.x, earlier it was 3.11, which was the major version, which was the latest version. Now it is 3.12. We can see here also, if we go to the Python, here we can actually see the versions which are released. See, we can see which are in even 0.2.x, 2.1, 2.3 is nowadays in use. Right? See, we can see all the release dates, and all the versions also. 2.4.3, 2.4.2, 2.3, 2.2, 2.1, and 2.0. So these are still in progress. And if we talk about 1.x, that is outdated version, which is not in use nowadays. Okay, so Python does not support the backward compatibility. Let's go ahead. Now, we recommend you to download Python 3.12 version from www.python.org. Let's go ahead now. Now let's start discussing about the features of Python. Students, any questions do you have in your mind, you can ask me right now so that we can proceed further. No questions? So let's proceed with the features. Now, when we talk about the features, what do we understand by features? First, we need to know this. Features of a language are nothing but services or facilities provided by the language developers in the languages, and they are used by language programmer for developing real-time applications. So what does the features do? These are the facilities provided by the language providers. Okay, and used by the language programmers for developing the real-time applications. And Python program, if we talk about, it has 11 features in this. They are simple, freeware and open source, platform independent language, dynamically typed programming language, interpreted programming language, high-level programming language, robust, extensible, embedded, both functional and object-oriented programming language. It also supports the third-party APIs. APIs means application programming interface, such as NumPy and Pandas, which we are going to discuss in our session also. Matplotlib, SciPy, Scikit, Keras, Seaborn, etc. So now we are going to talk about the Python is inspired from. Python is inspired from. Students, we need to remember that Python is inspired from the 4 different programming languages. Like it has learned functional programming language, functional programming from C, object-oriented programming from C++, modular programming language from Modulo 3, scripting programming language from Perl. Now let's start with the features. So what do we understand by simple? What do we understand by simple? Why it is a simple programming language? Student, if you have any questions, you can always raise your hands. Any questions till now? No questions. Let's proceed further. Now let's discuss how it is a simple language. Python is one of the simple programming language because of its 3 important technical features. Now, what are those technical features? Python programming provides rich set of APIs. Rich set of APIs. APIs are what? These are the libraries. So that Python programmer can reuse the predefined code without writing our own code, and hence Python-based applications are easy to develop. So with the help of Python programming, we can reuse our predefined code. We need not to write our own code again. Okay, this is one of the feature why the Python-based applications are easy to develop. Now, what do we understand by APIs? APIs, as I've told you, are the libraries, but APIs is a collection of modules. API is a collection of modules, and module is a collection of function, variables, and classes. Functions, variables, and classes. Example, calendar, math, CMath, OS, remodule, random, etc. So, module is a collection of functions, variables, and classes. Second factor. Now, why, how come the Python programming language is simple? Second factor for this is it provides the garbage collector. It has a garbage collector facility. Means whatever the unused memory space is there, it removes it. Python programming provides garbage collector whose role is running of regular Python program for collection and removing the unused memory space. So what does it do? It removes the unused memory space, and which helps in improvement of performance of Python-based applications. So when the unused memory space is removed, if it definitely improves its performance. It definitely improves its performance. So garbage collector takes care about automatic memory management. Third factor, it provides the user-friendly syntaxes. It provides the user-friendly syntaxes. Now, what are the syntaxes? What do we understand by syntaxes? Anybody? Any one of you can answer me? What are the syntaxes? Anyone knows that? Please answer in the chat box. No. No answer. I think everyone in the class is sleeping right now. Students, when we talk about the user-friendly syntaxes, okay, syntaxes are equivalent to, if we talk about the syntaxes, do you know the formulas in mathematics? Do you know the formulas in the mathematics? Same in the case of syntaxes. Same is the case of syntaxes. In the easy language, it is syntaxes. So it provides the user-friendly syntaxes so that the Python programmer can develop the error-free programming in limited span of time. Syntaxes are equivalent to formulas. Let's go ahead. Now, how is this platform independent language? How is this platform independent language? It is a platform independent language because data types memory remains same on all the OSs. All types of OSs. In effective platform independent language, all types of values will store in the form of objects. So whatever we'll store, whatever we'll save, it will be stored in the form of objects. And that is why it can store the unlimited amount of data. That is why it can store the unlimited amount of data. Hence, Java object contains the size restricted. If we talk about the Java object, they are size restricted, where Python objects contain the unlimited size and unlimited values can be stored in the Python programming language. So as I've told you, in Python, all values are stored in the form of objects. So that is why it is a platform independent language. Java is even the Java object is size restricted, but if we talk about Python, we can store the unlimited size and unlimited values. Let's go ahead. Freeware and open source. Why it is called the freeware and open source? It is known as freeware because it can be downloaded freely from its official website. As I've shown you, you just need to go to www.python.org, which is the official website of Python software. You just need to click on download and downloading will start taking place. And why it is known as open source? Students, the standard name of Python is CPython. Standard name of Python is CPython. The some of the company vendors came forward and customized the CPython and used the customized versions for their in-house tools. Such type of customized versions of Python are called the distributions of Python. Such type of customized versions are called the distributions of Python. Let's go ahead. How? Like some of the distributions have named it as JPython or Jython. Why so? Because it is useful for running the Java-based application. IronPython or IPython that is used to run C#.NET applications. MicroPython, it is used to develop the microcontrollers. RubyPython used to develop the Ruby-based applications. Anaconda, it is used to run the Hadoop applications. Hadoop means big data applications and so on. So some of the distributions I have mentioned, but there are a lot many. There are a lot many. Now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. With the fourth feature, that is dynamically typed programming language. Now, in the context of programming language, we need to understand the static type and the dynamically typed programming language. Now, to understand the dynamically typed programming language, we need to know the difference between the static type and the dynamically typed. Static type, Java is a static type programming language. Why? Because there, in the static type programming language, we need to define a variable. We need to define a variable, means declaration is mandatory. Like if we write int ABC, we need to mention the variable, what type of variable it is. Int means integer. Integer type A, B, and C. This is variable. We need to mention it. Declaration is mandatory here. We need to write A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. So here in the static type programming language, we need to declare it. But if we talk about the Python programming language, that is a dynamically typed programming language. How come? How come? Let's go ahead and show you. Like, first of all, you need to understand whenever you open the Python programming language, you'll get the screen like this. You need to click here and you need to go to the properties. There you can actually set the font size and the font which you want to go ahead with. Okay, that will be helpful for you. Now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Now, how it is dynamically typed. If I write A is equal to 10, I'm not mentioning the variable, what type of variable it is. Now, in case if I write print A, type of A, I'm just writing it and I am getting that it is an integer value. It is an integer value. We need not to mention int A, B, C. Now, if I write B is equal to 2.0, now print B, type of B, we'll get the output. This is a class float. Now, this is a floating point value. Now, if I write C is equal to A plus B, and I'll write print C, comma type of C. We wanted to know what type of value it is. This is again a class float. So we need not to mention here. We need not to mention here. But in spite of this, if we talk about the static type programming language, we need to define a variable with the data type. Otherwise, we will get the compile time error. We will get the compile time error. See, these are the examples I have given you. In the Python programming language, programmer need not to specify the data type of variable, so that the data type of variable decided by Python execution environment based on the value assigned by the programming. So all the values in the Python programs are stored in the form of objects. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Understood the difference between the static type and the dynamically typed programming language? Any questions till now? Any questions till now? No questions. No questions. So as you have no questions, we'll be winding up the session here only. We'll be winding up the session here only. If you have any questions, I have mentioned my mail ID in the chat box. You can always mail me or you can contact our support team. My support team, if we talk about the support team, all the contacts are mentioned here. All the contacts are mentioned here. Just a second, let me provide you the contacts again. These are the contact numbers where you can contact us, and you can always yes, yes, this is the first class. This is the first class. Don't you worry about it. Tomorrow we'll take the recap of whatever we have discussed in the class today. Tomorrow we'll take the recap of what we have discussed in the class today. Okay? So don't you worry about it. If you don't mind, can we have a small intro from you? You want to take my introduction? Neeraj, you want to know about me? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? First of all, you cannot see the messages in the chat. See, whatever message I'll make, you will be able to get it. You will be able to get it, but rest you will be unable to. See, this is my mail ID. Now, can you see this? Leo, can you see this? Can you see this? Whatever, no problems. Yes. Now, the students wanted to know about me. I am working with the Neeraj, I'm working with the Logic Labs Technologies for last 1 year. For last 1 year. Okay. And I am teaching the programming languages. I'm taking care of the programming languages. Soon we are going to start with the advanced Python also. Soon I'm going to start with the lectures of sessions for the advanced Python also. What else you wanted to know about me? I'm working with Logic Lab Technologies for last 1 year. Okay, as you all know, my name is Ritu. Got my mail ID? Any other questions you have? Yes, yes, yes. Sherwood is asking me, Sherwood is asking me that I'm new to this Python. In short, still dummy to it. I hope your training is from basics. Yes, it is from basics to advanced. So, but what you need to do is you need to attend the lectures. You need to attend the lectures properly, attend all the sessions so that you will not miss anything. In case you'll miss anything, you will get the recording of it. Just go to it. You'll be able to know. Okay? It is from the scratch. Okay. This coaching is from basics to advanced, and after some time, in a month or so, we are going to start with the advanced Python also. Any other questions? Any other questions? Whosoever has attended the class late, whosoever has attended the class late, don't you worry, we'll take the recap of whatever we have discussed in the class. Okay, tomorrow we'll take the recap of whatever we have discussed in the class till now. So that's all for the session today. That's all for the session today. We'll see you tomorrow sharp at 6 Indian Standard Time. So please be on time so that you should not miss anything. Thank you, students. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Take care of yourself.